10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good. Roll under here. Roll under the bed.
Slide over here. Slide over here. You drop on the shots like this. You go here. Here. Here.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly reunited with GervontaDavis for a serious training session ahead of the much-anticipated fight with Jake Paul. Despite their past issues, the former champion appears committed to helping Tank sharpen his skills and get ready for the massive event.
The real ones that know that this is no easy fight. He's very skilled, and I'm gonna go on the line and say this may be the most skillful person that Tank has faced thus far.
I just don't want to look bad come fight night. My biggest fear has been embarrassed, especially in front of like all these people, like worldwide. Then you be like, come this mean for deck, like, you know? Like, I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to go out getting my...
Many fans think Mayweather's return to Tank's corner adds crucial experience, especially with an unpredictable opponent like Jake Paul. Their reunion has created buzz and speculation, with many now believing this matchup is far more serious than it initially appeared.
Just want things right now. They want to see nothing but excitement. They want to be entertained. They don't want to pay a lot of money to come to a fight to watch two guys just jab, grab.
GervontaDavis has earned a reputation for pushing himself to the limit in every training camp, and this one is no exception. Recent footage and insider reports show him focusing on speed, precision, and explosive power. His coaches note how sharp and controlled he's been, training with intensity while keeping his movements clean. His footwork looks faster than ever, allowing him to move effortlessly around the ring. Knowing how big this matchup is, Tank and his team are demanding perfection. No mistakes, no shortcuts. From working on angles and reactions to tightening his defense, everything he does shows how seriously he's taking Jake Paul. His mindset stays the same. Stay ready, stay hungry, and stay dangerous. Leonard Ellerbe has voiced strong confidence in GervontaDavis's star power, saying no one in boxing today delivers excitement the way Tank does. Fans don't just watch him to see who wins. They tune in for the thrill, the danger, and the explosive knockouts that make every fight unforgettable. Ellerbe explained that people don't pay to see a light sparring match. They want edge-of-your-seat action, and Tank always delivers. His knockouts have become viral moments that keep fans talking long after the fight. For Tank, it's not just about winning. It's about putting on a show. And this matchup with Jake Paul, controversy and all, gives him one more chance to prove he's the most electrifying fighter of his generation.
Things right now, they want to see nothing but excitement. They want to be entertained. They don't want to pay a lot of money to come to a fight to watch two guys just jab, grab. Again, that's why Tank Davis is the most exciting fighter in the entire world, because he gives the fans exactly what they want.
And speaking of familiarity, you mentioned that earlier. This is somewhat of a familiar foe in Oscar De La Hoya via Ryan Garcia, Floyd Mayweather, Tank Davis. There's some old connotations there. How much is Mayweather Promotions or PBC looking to deal a blow to the Golden Boy brand by knocking out their stalwart in Ryan Garcia?
Oh, that's happening. That's happening. And then again, it's always good. You know, it's great.
Paulie Malignaggi believes boxing needs to protect its integrity, arguing that the upcoming fight between Tank Davis and Jake Paul feels more like a spectacle than a true sporting contest. He's concerned that a sport built on legacy and fair competition is drifting toward an entertainment-driven model where fame matters more than skill. Malignaggi says that when fighters don't face real equals, even the most dramatic knockouts lose meaning. While casual fans might enjoy the show, dedicated boxing followers are left worried about the sport's direction. Speaking with Chris Algieri, he emphasized that mismatches do more harm than good and urged boxing to refocus on high-level, competitive fights that honor its tradition.
Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture.
You can't manufacture.
To a degree, you can. To a degree. I mean, you can, yeah, Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist, if he was a real knockout artist, could it prop him up against the best of the best? Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. But the way we did when Felix Trinidad was doing it, you know, the way they did when Mike Tyson was doing it in his prime. Okay, say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was to a degree manufactured.
No, because he fought everyone that was there. Everyone that was there at that time
Teddy Ellis will 100% agree with this.
With the expense of
Witherspoon. We're afraid of him.
With the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all, doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who had contract issues. Who had contract issues with King at the time. Oh, except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when you gonna fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something. He still knocked out everyone. There was nobody there in that era.
Didn't say it was related. It was the same as the Tyson era. Didn't say.
Floyd Mayweather's influence in boxing is still unmatched, and the latest rumors around him prove he has no intention of fading from the spotlight. Analysts believe his interest in a potential fight with Tyson shows that his competitive fire is still burning. Even in retirement, Floyd feeds on attention and legacy, always finding ways to stay relevant. At this stage, it's not just about money. It's about control over how his name lives on. Sharing headlines with Tank and Jake Paul may have reignited that familiar spark, reminding everyone that Mayweather remains a central figure in the sport. Whether the Tyson talk materializes or not, one thing is certain: Floyd always makes sure the spotlight finds its way back to him.
Many people that are known, where you can get somebody and they can sell tickets to events. That's what kicked off the social media influence boxing that Jake Paul was birthed from. Now we're in a vacuum. So there's going to be a lot of conversation about that and continuing to do that. In this particular video, though, I want to get into the mind of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and why Floyd Mayweather Jr. would do this. There is the money, but there's also the competitive nature of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and him not wanting to have other people think that they're a bigger star than he is. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not been able to really launch his star outside of the sport of boxing, so he continues to do exhibitions. Now, what I think is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is announced it at this point in time with Mike Tyson, and in order to take advantage of the publicity heading into the GervontaDavis Jake Paul fight, which is, I do believe, set for November. So now that they have all the publicity and all that stuff coming out from that, he's going to piggyback on it and then try to have it in the beginning of next year sometime and actually make it a bigger event than Gervonta versus Jake Paul. And it probably will be. And the reason that I say that is because of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is bigger than Floyd. Let me say Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson is bigger than Floyd Mayweather. I still think his name is bigger than Floyd Mayweather, even though I know Floyd has made more money in the pay-per-views. And I think that had a lot to do with, again, social media area and otherwise. But the combination of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson and the question about what is going to happen.
Eddie Hearn argues that while entertainment has its place in boxing, it should never drive how fights are made. He warns that if social media fame starts deciding who gets major matchups, the sport's credibility will suffer. To him, Tank vs. Jake is a crossover event, fun for fans, great for business, but questionable when it comes to boxing's true standards. Hearn insists that real competition must stay at the heart of the sport. If hype keeps outweighing rankings, future fans might mistake celebrity bouts for legitimate championship boxing. His message is clear: boxing must stay true to its roots, not turn into a viral spectacle.
You know, a global business with investment and potential floats, and it's been a great challenge.
Away from that, obviously the DAZN deal is up next year. Are those talks underway to extend, or are you looking elsewhere? What can you tell me?
Yeah, no, they are. I mean, we're very happy with DAZN. You know, I think what they've enabled us to do is to really have the global ambition and global strategy that I wanted, and that was really a big part of my mindset moving forward in boxing. We know there's a lot of other platforms out there that, you know, might have had broadcast deals end, that would be looking to replace those people, and you know, we are very well respected in the space. I don't think it would be difficult for us to walk into another broadcast deal, but we're very happy with DAZN as partners. And as I said, the strategic element of that, I mean, when we talk about, you know, the power list and stuff like that, we have international deals with DAZN in multiple markets, and obviously particularly the US market, which makes us unique as a business. And I actually believe that DAZN are in a fantastic place, particularly in the US market right now. And yeah, we are in deep talks to extend that relationship, and we're very happy with our broadcast partner.
Eddie, just whilst I've got you, obviously just a few things I'd like an update on. We last time we spoke, Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul seemed to be the front runner for you guys. Now we're getting Jake Paul and GervontaDavis. What can you tell me about that? What can you tell me about why Jake and Anthony has maybe been put to the side for now?
Yeah, they always told us that it was, you know, we were looking at that fight for February of next year, and they always said that there was a chance that Jake would fight in November. I think, wasn't I the one that broke Jake Paul against GervontaDavis 6 months ago or something? I know that I knew that they'd agree that deal. I didn't know they were about to announce it then. But I did know that they'd agreed that deal previously. So I don't like it, if I'm honest. I mean, I think we need to really differentiate between boxing and an entertainment concept, and that's what that is. It's a freak show, it's entertainment, it's a lightweight fighting a cruiserweight, you know, with, I don't know, is it bigger gloves and certain minutes per round? I don't know what it is, but, you know, I understand the market, and I understand this freak show shock kind of the world mentality of people potentially tuning in. Is that a step too far? Maybe. I mean, I hated Jake Paul against Mike Tyson, but it did massive numbers. I hate Jake Paul against GervontaDavis. It'll probably do massive numbers. So that's when you really have to differentiate yourself between, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it isn't going to do good business. However you want to be involved with it is another kettle of fish. I don't want to be involved with it, but I do respect the fact that it's going to do big numbers. It's just not boxing. And I don't think we should promote it as boxing.
In the meantime, then, Eddie, where does that leave you with Anthony Joshua? Are you exploring other options for the end of this year, or are you still looking at that fight for the beginning?
Yeah, no, we're not interested.
The host of The Wade Concept broke down the mind games behind Jake Paul's approach, explaining that Jake isn't just a boxer. He's a strategist who understands how to pull big names into the business side of the sport. By flaunting his lifestyle and offering massive paydays, he's mastered the art of turning criticism into opportunity. For Tank, who thrives on silencing doubters, Jake's bold talk and confidence were hard to ignore. It's all part of Jake's plan. He turns negativity into money and momentum, using viral moments to position himself as a disruptor who can attract top-tier fighters. In this game, the psychology is just as powerful as the punches.
Do it, but also and again, Jake's only been boxing for 5, 6, 7 years now. It isn't necessarily far-fetched to try to have his own advantages when trying to fight other boxers that have been far more experienced than him. But this one's a little too much, right? This one is crazy because of the massive weight difference. It doesn't make a ton of sense. But again, as far as a sport fight is concerned, I want to make sure I make that clear. Again, this is not me hating on it, because I do think that both guys have been very upfront with what they're doing in this fight. and what their goals are with these kind of events. But the narrative Jake's trying to create as if this is like proving anything for him fighting a real fighter when Gervonta is so much smaller than he is. It'll prove something in the fact that Jake is willing to put on great events, but it won't prove anything to the people that are asking him to fight a real fighter. I will say though, if Jake goes out and flatlines Gervonta, the casual audience that will say Gervonta smokes Jake completely and utterly, like it wouldn't even be close, that will change their minds a little bit. Not the people that know boxing, but the people that are going to watch this, the casual viewers that know the name GervontaDavis and know the name Jake Paul. If he is to compete with Gervonta at all or look good in that fight, people will in some way accept that. Or they'll do the other thing where they just say the fight's rigged, which has never been the case, but you get what I'm saying. What Jake is doing is trying to convince a casual audience that he belongs in the ring with bigger names. If he's able to hurt Gervonta at all, that might actually do it.
The undefeated lightweight champion of the world with a record of 30-0, 28 knockouts. And this one is over!
The brick
He's been
hand.
boxing since he was 5 years old and turned pro when he was 8.
Showbiz argues that calling Tank's decision a money grab misses the bigger picture. Yes, the payday is massive, but for Tank, it's also about pride and legacy. The knockout bonus only adds fuel to the fire, ensuring he won't play it safe. For a fighter of his level, knowing a huge reward comes with a stoppage changes everything. Every punch carries intent. Every round becomes a hunt. Tank isn't showing up for an easy check. He's coming to make a statement. With pride, reputation, and highlight reel glory at stake, losing simply isn't an option.
You guys told me that Gervonta Tank Davis is just taking this fight for a payday. He's just trying to get to the bag. Well, you got the fight itself, which is a payday, and you got a KO bonus on top of that, a big bonus. That's what Jake Paul said.
They're gonna get a big bonus.
And they got a side bet of $2 million. Let's make it two.
Yeah, that's Shake on it. Yeah. Shake on it.
Shake on $1 million.
2 mil? 2 mil? 2 mil. Let's do it. Look at the shake.
Oh, they're shaking left here.
2 mil. There you go.
Oh, my fuck.
Why not get...
Analysts aren't giving Jake Paul an easy path in this fight. They say Tank's ring IQ is on another level. He can read reactions, anticipate mistakes, and strike with lightning speed. Jake may have power, but facing someone with Tank's timing and reflexes is nothing like his previous opponents. Experts predict that once Tank closes the gap and locks in his rhythm, Jake will experience a level of precision and power that no sparring can prepare him for. Jake's confidence is undeniable, but Tank's experience could make all the difference. One perfectly placed punch might be all it takes to show the world the true gap between influencer boxing and elite skill.
Tank Davis look crazy, bro. Chilaquiles. Gervonta Tank Davis hitting a heavy bag in preparation for his Jake Paul fight November 14 down there in Florida. Man looks absolutely amazing. Man looks like a monster. Man looks like precision. Jake Paul cannot take those body shots. You mean to tell me somebody who done fought UFC fighters and a man with Parkinson's disease can take a body punch from Gervonta Tank Davis and y'all basing y'all logic just because Jake Paul is big? No, Tank's gonna go ahead and put this man to sleep. I'm telling y'all that right now. If Tank don't put this man to sleep, he done let the black community down, he done let boxing down, and he ain't never been that nice. You Tank fans, y'all trying to give him a pass. If y'all said Tank is as skilled as y'all say he is, if he does not put Jake Paul to sleep and stop Jake Paul, his boxing career is absolutely voided. He already don't care about legacy. And just imagine he don't knock out Jake Paul, and now y'all gonna say it's not a real fight, it's an exhibition. No, we not giving no passes, bro. This Gervonta Tank Davis, he needs to put Jake Paul to sleep. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, Jake Paul too big. No, Jake Paul chin ain't never been tested by somebody that hit as hard as Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank should put this man to sleep with ease. I'll say that respectfully. If you don't put him to sleep,
a 2-pack of ass. That shit stinks.
That's a 2-pack of ass at the highest level. And it's a musty energy at the highest level. Get it together. Get it together. Tank looks amazing. That's the Chilaquiles. Chilaquiles.
Bernie Chill Killers Thaw, the outspoken boxing analyst, isn't holding back when it comes to the Tank Davis-Jake Paul matchup. He mocks fans who celebrate Tank's massive payday, arguing they're missing the real point. Davis is already a multimillionaire. More money isn't the story. What fans truly want, Bernie says, is competition that keeps them on edge, fights filled with danger, drama, and the possibility of either man winning. Boxing, in his view, survives on passion and unforgettable moments, not paychecks. The sport, he insists, should always put thrilling battles ahead of bank accounts.
With Tank, and it's kind of, I kind of don't really care about the fight no more. Starting to lose a little steam.
But I'm saying, I mean, if he stops Pitbull Cruz, right? I mean, don't you think that people would want to see, you know, Lamont and Tank more due to the fact that, you know, Tank had a hard time with Pitbull?
No. I think people just want to see Tank versus Lamont because Lamont, he had a hard time with Lamont. It's just like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. People just like controversy. People just like, you know what I'm saying? So people like to see finished business. You know, they don't want to leave it unfinished. And that's what the intrigue is. They want to people want to see finished business. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the intrigue of the fight. And it doesn't make no sense why they taking so fucking a fight, you know. Everybody keeps saying that Tank getting the money, but is we getting the fucking money?
Do you think Mayweather's guidance gives Tank the ultimate advantage, or is Jake Paul's strategy being overlooked once again? Share your thoughts in the comments below and stay tuned for more updates.